now we're at a point where it doesn't really matter what you produce. Can you produce for me or not?
We're always worried with what is the next man gonna think with the Amanju omenthechef gospel. That's the thing.
It was just my favorite thing, Jay, coming up as a producer.
This one, huh? Yeah. So I mean, things are happening, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I mean, things are happening, and then all of a sudden, what happened? Like, cause I know it kind of felt like, okay, Tweezy is coming, because you dropped a couple of videos as well, dope videos, and then it kind of felt like, okay, where's Tweezy now? What's happening? Like, what was that transition like?
Okay, number one, being an artist or being in the music industry as such is not as sort of convenient or easy in a way as being a producer. Being a producer is way much more easier than being an artist. Because as an artist, especially as an artist, you need to have a team. And even if you can do certain things on your own, you have to have a team that's going to be able to do certain things, because you need to be focused on making the good music. You need to pitch up at the shows. You need to come and speak on the podcasts and everything while everyone is sorting out the invoices and the whatever the case is. You know, so being a producer is not really that complex, because it's a direct
relationship
from consumer to thingy relationship, in the sense of just. Whereas as a musician, you need to grow a fan base, you need to present yourself well, you need to wear Gucci just so that you can match up to the big niggas. You need to spend 40,000 on videos and stuff. So just overall, I'll just wrap everything up and say that there's just challenges here and there with just how everything happened nicely, because like I guess my work as a producer then was just at such a point. It was just I had a very comfortable step in.
So you were just skating off your success of all these big singles and some that you had featured on, obviously the one with Uquesta and, you know, so that kind of got tough, you know, I'm glad that, you know, you pointed that out, because people think, especially, you know, these young, you know, artists, the youngins, man, you know, think they can just come into the game and do this and do the nines, and then everything is sorted, you know. And I'm glad you talk about a team. And also people must understand, like, you know, with a team, it's not good in Sakala when I'm still off the gate. Now I need a team. No, it's when you have built yourself to that level. That's when you need a team. And that's where you had felt like you needed a team, because you had created all this demand for yourself. And now, you know, the team needed to pick up the slack, where now it was getting kind of overwhelming with, you know, the demand is now, you know, and that's when the team comes
is the word,
you know, because people pick up teams too soon. That's what I'm, you know, that's my point.
But also, it's not really a bad thing to kick off with a team, because it makes everything work out. Like, the thing about the team is that the relationship needs to be transparent, and everyone needs to be on lock with whatever role that they set. Because if you've got a team kicking off and you've got a manager, you've got a booking agent, you've got everything like from the jump, everything is much easier, because you can't be like a Tweezy where you'll be distracted by the fact that, oh flip, I've got studio with AKA tomorrow, but at the same time I need to go do Club 808 type things. Because those are the kind of challenges that I was facing. It was more of a time factor, more than Uguti, like I couldn't adapt to whatever, or I faced certain challenges just with being a musician alone. It was just a challenging time for Tweezy overall, because it's a thing of now having to do certain things myself, because there'll be challenges where it's like you'll work with certain people who you recruited into your team and they don't deliver type thing, and you need to run independently. You need to be as strong as the guy who's got a team, but they've got a certain setup. You don't really have the enough resources because this and the third.
But don't you think though, like, I mean, the reason why I say that sometimes you don't really need a team is you also need to understand the different roles. Being on your own kind of gives you that, so that even when you do put people in place, then people are not going to slack or lie to you with that. When you know it's okay, if I'm doing my own PR, this is a certain level of engagement, or this is what I expect. for instance. And then somebody comes and says, no, I've been trying and trying. It's like, what have you been doing? So if you don't understand all those things, but if you're well-rounded and you kind of dabble, yes, some things you do well, some things you're going to falter, but at least you understand people can't take you for a ride. You know what I'm saying? From my point of view, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, certainly, because I think also another mistake also that made things not work out like consistently according to my plans was the fact that I also didn't understand what I was trying to do when and how. I'd pay for PR, but it's like, okay, cool, you want to push this current single, where's your project? Flip Conja, I need to have a project. I was busy working on so and so's project. Oh, okay. What about that? Like, there was just a whole lot of confusion around my brand. Even to people that the people that knew me as a producer were like, oh, Flip, you're an artist. The people that know me as an artist, oh, you're a producer. Because just now the overall
market,
approach and just
the rollout.
So deliberately, I've set myself back to just be able to say, okay, now it's like, now I'm back to, like, I've always been producing and everything, but now I'm more on the production side because I literally want to wrap everything up with being a producer. Then I can go to being an artist, wrap that up. Then I can go to being the CEO of my record label and everything. Because also, establishing a label, you learn a whole lot. With, okay, being a CEO, firstly, is just a whole lot of things.
Yeah, that's another train.
I've got a mentor of mine who runs one of the biggest labels in the country. Like, sometimes I'd come in, whether it's to fix a song or to just have a chat or whatever, he'd be going through the challenges that he's going through with his label and whatever the case is. And he would say things like, hey, Tweezy, do you still want to be a record label?
Do this?
Like, do you still want to do like, this is like the bank statements of this is a lawsuit of are you still trying to kill this? And it's like, whoa. And that's like a reality check, because it's like, okay, this is what it comes with. So to wrap everything up with that, the one thing you need to get on lock is your idea of what you're trying to do. Because if you fully understand what you want to do, you'll know how to do it, and you'll know how to assemble that team, whether it's later on or immediately. But if you know what you want to do and you're ready for all those obstacles and everything, sky's the limit.
Do you think South Africa has the ability or is on par to become like the US, where producers actually become millionaires? Do you think we've got it in the works?
Okay, I almost exposed myself. So, definitely.
Okay.
You're like,
So, ladies and gentlemen, Tweezy has
man,
bumped the cheese up.
Oh, no. I'm broke as fuck. I mean, in any industry, when you understand it well and it comes with its opportunities, like whether it's $1 million or $1 billion or 1,000 or whatever, when you really understand what you're doing, you know the kind of moves that you need to do. For instance, like we're saying, Gusi, like as a producer, if you know the type of steps you should be doing, then you're not going to be under pressure to fall into the pressure of, like, for instance, I see people selling beats online and everything. I haven't really done that because I know what I'm trying to do, and I've seen other opportunities that I would rather do much more than, but nevertheless, that is the right thing to do. So now more than ever, it's very easy to become a millionaire. Very easy. I know producers that are millionaires that are not even mainstream, just here in South Africa. And that's where even myself, I learned to go to, oh shit, like I thought this thing was a complicated thing when it's not. It's just the essence of entrepreneurship and mixing it with this thing that you're doing.
But who are these guys, man?
I'm so rather they
but
put
you
themselves,
made some money though, man.
I made some money. Yeah.
Would you say though you spend your money wisely? Like
very wisely.
Right.
Because I mean, I'm opening a label. I feel like everyone knows how costly that can get.
Is, yeah.
And I don't really have partners. I've been consistent with being able to shoot videos, to be able to just represent myself as an artist, hire out the best. Like, I've pretty much worked with everyone that's the best in whatever field that they are, whether it's PR, whether it's videography, whatever the case is. I've been able to afford those people, and I've been able to achieve whatever it is. The things that I couldn't achieve, it's because I didn't really get the structure well. So now it's a thing of going back to the drawing board, and not really much of a lack of resources financially type thing. Like, I'm not filthy rich or whatever the case is, but damn, I can survive for some time.
Yeah. So there's a kid out there that's watching now. How can they make money? I mean, like, because they're busy trying this thing and it's not working out. What can they do?
The internet. Whatever question they have, the internet is like the teacher. I learned every single thing of how to make money as a producer and get the little survival money that I could get.
Is there nuggets though? Like, what could be the one thing? Okay, give me one thing, Jay.
For instance, ways a producer can make money. They'll learn about publishing, they'll learn about beat placements, they'll learn about websites, merchandising, because those are the things that I do that I make money with. I mean, merchandising alone, I make a killing, and I don't really do like adverts and whatever the case is and stuff. And it's not a thing that I make like a predominant hustle, but it's money coming in at the end of the
income
day.
Streams, yes.
You know, making samples, doing what, like, you know, whatever question, because for me to say the internet, instead of, like, the internet is our mentor now. That's the beauty of the internet. Like, you don't need to know you are using Cubase, ne? Like, you can go to Google and say, okay, what did Omen use for pros? And there's a great chance that you'll get the information.
Even better information than me.
Or even better, you've got a whole masterclass teaching that thing, and now it saved you a whole 2 years or whatever. You paid that whatever subscription thing, you're getting a year's supply of education. You just became the skilled producer that Ihotman became in just a matter of 6 months or whatever the case is. So the internet has just provided, just in the sense of entrepreneurship as a whole, like this opportunity of being able to just identifying whatever it is that you're about and seeing how you can handle it, and just playing around that in a way that makes you money, you know.
The music industry is not the music industry without the dark side, Ndana. And you sent out some cryptic stuff, some cryptic tweets. So what's up with that, man? What was going on in your life at that point, man?